This message is going to be... My freaking phone is dying. It's on 13%. Hopefully it won't die before we get done with this message. But anyway, I'm also going to do a bonus for Aquarius. But what I'm getting in this message, Aquarius or Aquarius Crosswatcher, is... Oh my God, please tell me it didn't just leave me. Some of you have attention deficit disorder. Like I do. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I had a vision right before I started this video. I was sitting here and I'm like, okay, what am I getting for Aquarius? And I saw a roller coaster or some sort of amusement park or theme park ride. And it's funny because it brought me back to a video I saw probably like a month ago now. And there was a woman taking her kids off of the ride. She was taking them off and people were like freaking out about it. And it's like, excuse me? Like, at least this is how I took it. I was like, first of all, it's her children. She felt weird about the ride. She felt like they didn't need to be on there. She don't even have to fucking explain. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your kids off the ride. If you want to get your kids off, if you want to get your damn self off the ride, get off the ride. And she did. She sure in the fuck did. So, here's what I think. Somebody here, I'm going to say it's another on the outside of you, but you can reverse this. I'm going to have to charge this thing. Somebody realizes why you got off when you did, why you walked away when you did. They didn't at first, you know, or they understand the path that you're taking, even if they don't fully get it. They don't understand, but they understand that they don't need to understand. They understand that not everything has to be explained. Not everybody's on the same path. They understand that not everybody's a player because they don't want to get married. They understand that not everybody is manipulative or whatever because they want different things than they want. They understand that you have a right to go your own direction. You have a right to decide what you want in your life, when you want, how you want. You have a right, just like you have a right to decide what food you put in your mouth. You have a right to decide what drinks you drink. You have a right to decide what clothes you wear, you know? You have a right to decide what God you believe in. You have a right to decide who you fuck, or if you don't want to at all. It's your body. You have a right to decide if you tattoo it or pierce it or not. You have a right to decide what vagina or penis you allow in it or on it. You get the point. Somebody here, just like I did watching that video, respects that. Okay? I don't know if they did it first. I don't think it's about any at first. I think they may have always even, you know? I really truly think somebody has always here for the most part been like, unless this is you and it's reversed, always been just kind of, I don't want to control you. And I love that you don't try to control me. I love that you realize I'm also on my own path, you know? There's like this thing here about you and another person. It doesn't even have to be romantic. This could be anybody. This could be anyone, guys. It could be your partners or somebody you're interested in, their family, somebody you deal with there. Or it could be a friend of yours, a cousin, a sibling, a child. Anybody, you know, people at work, family, friends. It's just kind of like, I don't have to try to force you or change you or convince you. It don't have to be any certain way. Like, I want you to be you. And if who you are and whatever this is you, then I'm just going to have to either learn how to deal with it or not deal with it. Like, I can only really, at the end of the day, have control over me. Like, praise Jesus, right? Praise Jesus that somebody believes that in this world and is like that, because there's not many people like that. People feel like because they see that things should be this way, then this is how you must see, or you're an enemy, or now we have to be adversaries, or because you're blah, 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 or now I'm going to disrespect you because you have a different view than me. So let me just, like, disrespect you, you know? And that's the majority of people. It is. The majority of people cannot respect somebody if they can't force them to see things the way that they do. Even if it's being ugly to them. And it's like, well, for one, you know, they're dealing with an Aquarius here. And you can't control an Aquarius, right? Or vice versa. Whoever's watching this video, you don't have to be an Aquarius. You take on the energy of an Aquarius. Where it's like, I am probably the most free spirit of anyone I've ever fucking met. Legitimately. And I have went through my programming stages. I'm open to whatever, really. I'm really open to whatever. I'm open to learn whatever. Like, I realize that there's so much that I don't know. And I don't want to be surrounded by people who have already, like, they're so dead set that they know when we don't really know shit. This is why, guys, I love Ram Dass so much. Muji and Ram Dass are like, not that I put them on a pedestal, but I just really like, they're like mentors to me. I look up to these people. And Ram Dass is passed, but if you do a little studying on Ram Dass was actually bisexual. And in the spiritual community, especially the type of guru he was, like, that's just like unheard of, right? But I respect that he is him, no matter what anybody thinks about it. Just because he's in a spiritual community doesn't mean that he has to see things like everybody else fucking sees things. He loved everyone. Can you imagine how many people probably thought Ram Dass was a player? Or like whatever they probably labeled him as, you know? Like, it's insane to me, the types of things that people will project onto you and say about you just because you're unable to be controlled, just because you don't work on their time, just because you don't give them what they're expecting of you or what they think that you should be and do and think and say and believe. And it's like, I'm not saying that I'm not willing to be structured and I can't be structured and that I can't, be flexible with people. Absolutely. But when I'm in a balanced position to be. And until that, I can't. It's like, I can't do that. I can't pour into your cup when I'm still working on mine. And also, I have things that come first. Like, some of you have things that are your priorities. If you have children, that would be the main one. Your God, whoever you believe in, yourself. What happened every time you put yourself last, guys? That was never good, was it? So you're not doing that anymore. And not for fucking anyone. It don't matter how much you love somebody, like the potential of anything. No, it's just like flying in an airplane. We say it all the time. It's put the mask on you first. This is about self-love. I mean, people, this is why I think I'm definitely talking to an Aquarius, but it doesn't have to be. Whoever is taking on that Aquarius energy. Oh, by the way, happy birthday. What the fuck? Oh my God. Like, can you believe how it just took me that long to even say that to you? I'm so sorry. But you're not tripping. No, you're not. Were you tripping just now? I don't think so. Because y'all aren't worried. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but the majority of people watching this video is going to resonate with it. You're not tripping. It's not that. You're just like, whatever. You don't see me over here making a big deal out of stuff, trying to make enemies out of people, trying to be like, oh, you, F you, oh, you know what, you're full of shit, you're gonna, oh yeah, and it's just like, that's not you. You don't want to be fucked with, and you don't want to fuck with nobody. Doesn't mean you won't. Sometimes you gotta. But you prefer not to. You know what I mean? You just want to be you. You want to love who you love. You want to have peaceful, balanced days. You want to be understood. At least if people can't understand you, you'd like people to just stay the fuck out of your way because you're not trying to get in their way and tell them how to live their life and what they should do and what they should want, what they should aspire to be, and the end and the outcome they should want for their romantic life. This is not who you are. Nor would you want anyone to feel the way that people have tried to make you feel. And you may have like just so many people around you, Aquarius or cross watcher, that unless it's reversed, somebody you know, this is them. They have so many people around them. Somebody does, where it's just no matter who they get in their life, they always try to fucking control them. Eventually, family, friends, lovers, the lovers' fucking family and friends, you know. And it's like, listen, I'm completely incapable of being controlled. Like, I'm like that person that you tell me to go right, I'm probably gonna go left just because. Like, I just want to be myself. I'm like a fucking bird. Nelly Furtado, is that how you say it? I'm like a bird. I'm just gonna fly away. I can't be caged. I can't be controlled. I can't be told that this is the only line that I can walk in. I gotta color in the lines. I'm a color outside of the lines. It's like, wow, I just got a huge visual of Angelina Jolie's wedding dress when she married Brad Pitt. But I love the idea of it. I've never seen anybody else do it, and I just adore it. Where she had her kids draw on her wedding dress, or at least it was printed on the wedding dress. That is so fucking beautiful. I mean, that was probably the most real thing about her wedding. Because that's real. It's real. It's fucking real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, I just, I just, I want to be me. And oh my God, another guy that I absolutely adore. Now, I don't know if he was an Aquarius, but I think the guy who played him was an Aquarius. 58 seconds on the clock. The movie Into the Wild, is that it? Or Call of the Wild? Is it Into the Wild? I've talked about that before. His name was like Chris Chandless. Chris Chandless?
According to
Not
Wikipedia.
Chandler. Into the Wild.
According to Common Sense Media, parents need to know this bestseller is
McCandless.
intended for adult readers, but teens may want to read it, thanks to the release of the movie adaptation directed by Sean Penn.
Oh, Sean Penn directed it? Oh my God. Somebody's name could be Sean. I'm getting a lot of names right now. Sean, Chris, Christopher. There's Emil, Marcia, William, Will, Emery. But basically here, wasn't Kristen in that too? Kristen Stewart or Kirsten Stewart, whatever. Christopher McCandless. Has my timer went off? No, it's going off now. Whatever. Basically, my phone's gonna die, so I can't even look it up. One of them was an Aquarius. Either Christopher himself was an Aquarius, or the guy who played his character, which he did a phenomenal job. Guys, I love somebody like that. He was such a free spirit. Dude had so much going for him. He had so much going for him, you know, all this money, parents willing to pay for whatever college he wanted to go to, graduated, you know, super smart guy. And he just threw it all away to go live in the wild. Would I ever say that? Fuck no. Because to me, he was going to be throwing all of who he was away, his actual soul, by living the lie he was living before, what everybody else accepted, what everybody else wanted from him and expected. Why don't you go get married? Why don't you go do this? Why don't you go to college? Why don't you? And it's like, why don't you stop trying to tell me how I need to be? Love me and accept me as I am, and I want to be free, okay? I came into this world free until I was programmed to believe I had to be all these things, and I had to have a specific outcome and ending to love and relationships, and I don't want that for me. Although, that doesn't mean I believe that it's wrong if other people do it. I think that's beautiful if other people do it. I can accept and respect other people's journeys and step back and observe it and listen. But that doesn't mean that that's what I want for myself. I don't want that for myself. At least right now. Maybe I'll change my mind later on. I don't happen to fucking know. You know, this would be like one of those people who's like, people look at them as unstable or like a tumbleweed blowing in the wind. I feel completely like, did he die a little prematurely? Yes, but maybe it wasn't. This is how he wanted to go, and he fucking made it to Alaska. If you guys have not seen Into the Wild, you have to. To me, that's a fucking Aquarius, or the energy of an Aquarius. That's a free spirit. To me, I mean, I bawl my eyes out every single. I can't even tell you how many times I saw that movie. It speaks to my soul. Like 100%, I relate to Ram Dass, how he loves. I relate to Chris McCandless, Into the Wild, the movie, the character that the movie was based around. I relate to his life, his true life. I relate to his life, the life he is, because he ain't dead, just his body is. He had a very different journey here. And look at his story. It went on. I mean, I feel like it should be even bigger than it is, but of course it's not. Because it's not what people want to hear. It's not what people, you know, like to fuse themselves to. It's not a well, you know, accepted idea of how somebody should be. It's very unstable. It's unstable, and it's a player. It's a player. It's somebody who's not real. They're not ready to settle down. What is settling down? I don't want to settle. I want to fly. I want to fucking fly. And if you don't like that, and you think it's me being immature, not growing up, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your closed-minded views, because that's exactly what it is. There is no need for you to think that I need or should be a certain way. This is who I am, not who I was programmed to think that I should be. I've lived those realities. I've tried, and it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit me. If this is you, you have a lifelong fucking friend in me. I want you to know that. And I could cry right now. Because same. And it's lonely as fuck, isn't it? It's lonely because people don't understand you. because they can't control you. They don't understand you, and then when they can't control you, they want to tear down your fucking character. And I mean, you're going to get it in every single way. Your family's going to do it. Your friends are going to do it. Lovers will do it. Potential lovers will do it. I mean, everybody, every way in professionalism, they'll definitely do it. They'll be like, you're wasting your life away. And it's like, but what if I don't want that? What if I don't want a fucking 9 to 5? What if I want to contemplate animals and fucking nature? What if I feel more at home when there's no structure? What if I feel more like I am surrounded by genuine love when I am with the trees? What if that is the most love I've ever felt in this fucking life? What if that's not trauma speaking? What if that's just my natural soul? What if I want to learn how to live off the land? What if that's something? Why is that wrong? Where did society change to think that everything had to be the way that it is fucking now? Because that's not who I am. I had forgotten. I relate to this. Same. I had forgotten. I don't think we need a bonus. You know why? This is the bonus. Right here and forward. I'm going to keep going. I did the same thing. And you know, for a long time in my life, until like maybe a year and a half ago, maybe even less. Went and had surgery and everything. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, you can't even speak these days without people getting offended and thinking you're talking about something that they've done. It's like, I'm not saying shit about you. Maybe that's your guilty conscience. I'm just talking about what I did, and I realized it didn't fit me. It was me trying to fit into some sort of mold. Doesn't mean I won't ever dabble and won't ever try things and whatever. I mean, I'm just figuring life out. You know, I'm figuring me out. But I'm also figuring out things that, like, I wish I would have rather not done or thought that I had to do. You know? Like, I don't regret all my plastic surgery, but I do regret my fucking tits. I should have just left them alone. They were fucking fine. Yeah, they were saggy and looked like two squirrels running in opposite directions, like they were getting a divorce, like one was cussing the other one out, and they laid on opposite sides of the bed, maybe even in other rooms. Slept in completely different rooms. This is what they do. Did, still do, but they're worse. I mean, I just took and something that I just didn't like. You know, it wasn't the greatest. Because why wasn't it the greatest? Because I was like, oh, well, I don't want anyone to see this. Who fucking cares? And now I'm celibate. Who's fucking gonna see it anyway? What if I'm never not celibate again? What if I like this and I stay this way forever? I did all this shit for nothing. Only I have to look at them. Fuck what anybody else would think. They're not looking at them. You know? Like, this is things that go through my fucking head. Now, am I against getting them fixed? No, because I would love to get them fixed. And one day I plan on it. Absolutely. One, it's causing me more issues. It's causing me more health problems. It's causing me back pain. It's very highly uncomfortable. I have more lumps in my breast. Like, it's been harder to get mammograms. Like, I'm not even kidding. There's so many things. Now, this is just me communicating with you that I totally relate to things that I thought, like, I needed to be. Not just that. I've also been divorced twice. I've talked about this. One real time, the other time I was drunk and literally married a stranger. But the first time I thought was real. Like, I thought, oh, this is what love does. I thought, which I would never take back having children, because to me, like, it's made my life much more worth living. It's made it more fun to be here because it's cold and lonely. It is. Especially how we're, like, kind of forced to believe we have to live. We could survive easily out in the wild, especially being a female and not worried about getting trafficked or fucking chopped in little pieces and used every day for something and horrible things, then, I mean, you know, life would probably look different. But I thought that I had to do all these things because I saw it, because I was programmed to believe that this is what you do when you come here and you experience the human condition. And it's not wrong if anybody does experience those things. But we're not in that world today, are we? Where you can express those things freely without people getting offended and in their feelings, and then, or judging you and thinking you're some type of way for having a different want than them, or paving a different path than them, or even believing different, God forbid. If you believe this way, it must mean that you also believe this way. And it's like, stop trying to put thoughts and words into my head. I'm just me. I'm uncovering and unpeeling all of my nonsense every single day. And you could benefit if you uncovered and unpeeled your own. instead of trying to do mine. This is what you guys have thought. This is what you guys think. Like, maybe you've been just harshly fucking judged. Like, maybe you just want to, I'm hearing dance like no one's watching. Get a little loud, get a little crazy, sing like no one's there. Who cares if they are? You don't. Whoever's watching this video, you don't, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't care if your tits sag to your toes. Right? Now, does that mean that it's wrong if you want to change them or get them lifted? No, do you? You're going to learn your own way. You're going to learn. You may regret it. You may not. You know? You may not. This is why I could go so long, guys. I have so much to say in regards to this. I talked to Yanni, shout out to Yanni. I talked to Yanni the other day about a movie, well, it's more a documentary of Ram Dass, actually, and it's called Becoming Nobody, and it's one of my favorite documentaries I think I've ever seen. It's just, I relate so much to it. I'm like, oh my God. I just don't know how to verbalize it like he does, you know, but it's just beautiful. And I'm like, yes, 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 fuck yes. You know, when Muji talks, I'm like, yes. Oh, like I could cry, you know. It's like my spiritual brothers or fathers or something, you know. I'm like, well, how did I end up here? I'm pretty sure I was meant to like be one of their sisters or something, or children or grandchildren. But you know what I mean? Not that I am unhappy with the hand I was dealt, but it's just interesting, you know. I feel like I'm in a different identity or something. Like, what is this life? But anyway, you grow and you develop. If you guys haven't seen that, you should really watch it. They have it here on YouTube. I think you can get it on Amazon Prime. It's called Becoming Nobody. See, this is why I really enjoy Aquarius energy. Like I said, you don't have to be an Aquarius watching this because, you know, people are going to get upset, but I'm not talking to only Aquarius. In fact, none of us are zodiac signs, guys. I mean, our physical body is. We've talked about this, and you guys probably know what I mean when I say it. We come through this existence into a sign, and then we have birth charts. We just complicate everything. I'm not saying it's wrong. It doesn't have to be. But it's not for everybody. You know? And not everybody has to follow it and go by it. That's why there's so many other things. But sometimes, really, the devil is in the details. Like, sometimes it's just really simple. And it's just like, I totally get people like Muji and Ram Dass and even Christopher Candless, or Mick Candless. Sorry, I don't know why I can't say his name. It's just a long name. But I feel like we would have been best friends or something, you know? Like, I feel like we should have met in this lifetime or something. Because I get, like, the simplicity of things. But I also understand that you can't always stay there, that sometimes you have to have that, what's that called? Like contrast. You have to be able to have that contrast. So sometimes you almost need to stumble and fall. You almost need to experience the human condition so much to the level where you can step out of it and be like, I definitely don't want this. I thought I wanted this. I thought this was something I wanted, but I don't want this. It means nothing to me at the end of the day. Like, what does it mean? What does it even mean? Why does it have any importance? Because we've given it importance. But I don't want to give it importance, and because I don't give it importance, then now people look at me as if I am this and that and this and that, and they create so many stories in their head and then speak it out loud, and which puts a spell over my head and my life and creates such a narrative about me. And it's like, boy, could they not be any more wrong about what and who I am. I am that I am, that's all. And as confusing as it may be to the unopened eye, I've never seen more clearly. And I still have a long way to go, right? Is this how you feel? Because I am definitely picking up on somebody here. Well, you're not alone, and I wish and I hope in this life that if I don't meet you in person, and this is good crying, this is happy tears, don't ever stop seeking you and seeking your truth and making your decisions and your choices. And you want to change something on here, change it. You may regret it, you may not. You want to change your views, change your mind, do it. You want to work so hard in this field and do your 9 to 5, do it. If you decide to change later on because you don't, do it. What way was right? Which way was right? Which path was right for you? I don't know, because both got you to where you are right now. Do you. That's all you can do is do you. That's all you can do. And while you're doing you, everybody else is going to try to do you too. Or screw you over because they can't do you, because they can't control you, because they can't be you, because they can't get in your mind, because they can't convince you. And they can't because you know yourself too well. And you know yourself as in you don't know yourself. And that's beautiful. That is the most humble thing ever. When everyone else is so certain, and it's like, but you're not certain though. You just think that you're certain. You're under the illusion that you're certain, but you're actually very uncertain. And what seems like uncertainty in me is quite certain and stable. You may even realize that the more that life goes on, you could even say that maybe you feel more, or you have begun to realize that your soul needs less and less, but that you still at times have to check back in with the human condition. Like, you still at times want to get the makeup. You still at times want to buy the new outfit. You still at times want to get the new thing that's out there, you know, the new phone, the new car, why not? Is that wrong? No. Do you. Do you experience your life. And you can't worry about the hate, and you can't worry about the comments, and you can't worry about the judgments, and you can't worry about the narrative that people put on your head. They don't know you. They don't even know themselves. They just think that they do. And it's lonely, but you're not alone. This is your bonus and your message. And I like the idea that we kept it together. You're a trailblazer. Because I haven't kept a bonus message or even an extension, which I just did today with Virgo. I haven't kept that with any other message. But there's no coincidence here. There's a reason that your bonus message went with your main message. And I kept them in the same video. And I kept rolling with it. Because that's what you're doing. You're not two separate yous. You're not living two separate lives. You're not, you're just you. You're just you. And why you can't always, or haven't always been able to resonate with the different yous that you've experienced is because one side of you, one part of you is the earthly you, going through all the changes. And it's beautiful though, as confusing as it is to you and others, it's beautiful and a nightmare and gorgeous and lovely and a disaster and beautiful. It's all of it. And then the other side of you is the real you. And both are needed, or both combined are art. You're like art. Life imitates art. You are art. You know what song I'm hearing right now? Oh my, I bet my phone's dead now. Nope. 7 o'clock on the dot. Angel number 7. I think it's a Lana Del Rey song. And is it Angel? Life imitates art. What's the song? Gods and Monsters. There's a movie. I can't remember the movie. It's actually kind of an interesting movie. She had on Megan Fox played in the movie. You guys should watch that too. You guys like art, so you'll understand. Whoever's watching this video, you like artistic things. You like songs, you like music, you like movies, videos, documentaries, things that you can dissect the art in it, you know? There's a movie, Gods and Monsters. Monsters. I typed in mobsters. Megan Fox. Passion Play. The movie's called Passion Play. I think you can find that on Amazon Prime, but don't hold me on that. It's interesting. Maybe you relate to Megan Fox in that movie. So watch Ram Dass, the documentary, Becoming Nobody, and Passion Play by, it's got Megan Fox in it. Try Amazon Prime. But anyway, the song Gods and Monsters. by Lana Del Rey is what I'm picking up on right now, but my phone is actually dying now, so I think it's time to go. We got what we needed. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.